Okay, here we go.
Chicka, chicka. Yeah.
Kill Bill and Rav, we don't suck. Ooh. Okay, I just hit start. So.
Me too.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're recording now. We just ran straight into the recording. You know what I'm saying? Like
straight out of Compton.
Straight out of Compton. Motherfucking. I haven't seen it yet, but I might see it today with my boo. But yeah, so
it's pretty cool.
So this is your good friend Rav, and I'm with Kill Bill.
What's good, y'all?
And
this is your favorite hentai rapper.
Yeah, your favorite. I'm your favorite white upstart from London, who was born in London.
Ouch.
And I
put on a fake accent.
I put on a fake accent, and also I killed several in the war. So I'm the head of EXO. I started EXO back in 1994 with the homeboys.
Rav, I want to know more about that, Rav. So, what made you start EXO?
Well, I was with my boy Klinko Jenkins and shit. We were chilling, you know what I'm saying? Just smoking some.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. He died of the meth overdose. But I mean, it was straight though. I mean, it was his time. You know, he was 79. Yeah. But
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, me and Klinko were just straight chilling, smoking meth, and then he just looked at me and he was just like, "You're destined for greatness." And so, I mean, I left and like we never talked again. But you know, I started EXO shortly after because I just knew.
Yeah, you just knew.
But yeah, Kill Bill, I got some questions for you.
What's good, man? Put it on me.
So I heard you're from North Carolina.
That's true. It's absolutely true. Repping NC all day, every day.
What city?
You know, that one city.
What part of that city, man?
By the airport.
I want to know where your grandma stay.
She stay in a different state.
This isn't going anywhere. we should just actually be serious now.
All right. So what this is all about is we're going to be discussing things that people want to know about you, maybe me, and what we want to know about each other.
Yeah.
So some of them will be things that are important, and some things will be super important. So that's how we're going to balance it out.
Nothing will be not important.
Super important and important.
Everything
and that's the way we're
is
gonna balance
important
it out.
or super important. That is how we're going to if we had a filing system, that's how we would file it. Super important or important questions.
Yeah, that's the only way you can do this, you know. All right, so Bill, resin dropped, right?
Yeah, that happened.
What's with the typo on the cover?
Okay, so now I know you're asking me this, but you don't have to ask me this because we had this conversation because you made the cover. But
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, it's.
I just noticed the typo and I was thinking, God, what a loser.
Yeah, no, I've gotten that question like a gajillion times. It was like literally as soon as I dropped it, I had like 70 inboxes that were like, you know, that says Regin, right? Like that's like not correct. And yes, no, it's supposed to be a bad translation. It's supposed to be a bootleg because it's kind of like a parody of mixtapes and also the aesthetic-y thingy that's going around.
Hence the DJ Hentai Daddy.
Yeah, I mean,
which brings me on.
Who would have thought about DJ Hentai Daddy being a parody of something?
I know. I mean, no, but the thing is, the reason why people believe that DJ Hentai Daddy's a real thing is because, well, face it, you're a hentai rapper, and as a hentai rapper, why wouldn't you have a hentai DJ, right?
Right, of course. No, I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna drop the act. Yeah, so I always see that shit on the internet, like, oh, he's an anime rapper, oh, he's a hentai rapper. Like, no, like I'm a rapper. Like, people have asked me, like, are you nerdcore? Are you this? Are you that? Like, no, I just see myself as a rapper, a person who just raps, and I'm not into hentai, but I mean, like, I'm into like anime. You totally are. And well, I mean, I can artistically appreciate a good anime boob, but you know, I don't beat my meat to the titty. Shouts out the titty. Yeah.
Shouts out to the titty indeed.
Yeah, but no, it was just kind of like a joke, and then everyone started to think. I mean, yeah, I do make a lot of anime references, and I'm sorry if they're what is it? Just a plebeian ass references because I'm not real. I do love anime, but I'm not like some hardcore. I don't watch Crunchyroll or anything like that.
Right.
I know that's not even hardcore, but whatever. Like I just
No, that's super hardcore. That's
I'm a dub guy. Fuck me, dude. I like dubs, but you know, I like bad dubs more than good
I like
dubs.
dabs.
I like dabs
Well,
too. Did we do dabs together?
No, we did.
That was after you
smoked
left.
wax together.
That was after you
we
left.
Smoked
was the
wax.
dabs.
We smoked wax together for the first time.
I remember that. Stop dry snitching.
With Roger was there too.
Oh, you're dry snitching. I told you don't be dry snitching. You know what I'm saying?
That shit was hella funny.
That was the Run the Jewels night where I touched LP
Yeah.
and you didn't, and you cried and I laughed.
I don't want to talk about that right now. Okay?
It was a great fucking show though, right?
It was a good show, and I'm mad because I was like LP, and he was
I pulled
like,
him close, like you saw. I grabbed his ass.
"Why didn't you throw him on me?"
I mean, why not? I mean, I guess I should have in hindsight. I should have thrown Killer Mike on you.
Man, whatever, man. Next question.
Do I ask you the question now? Is that how it works?
I mean, sure, go ahead.
So, I mean, I'm not going to get
What do
into
you
this
wanna
too quickly, but this is something that's been, I've been, wondering about. But everyone's been kind of hungry for another Rav release since Hyperkinesis in 1922. But
Right.
Is there any information? Because I know you have been saying you've been cooking up a project. Is there any information you want to leak to these nice people who are listening to our thing now about this project?
Nah, man, I'm into like life painting these days. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just drawing dicks.
Right.
I'm just drawing dicks, and
Expression.
music is kind of like it's like my side boo right now.
It's like your third love.
Right. Dick painting is my true love.
What's your second love though? There's a third. Do you have a second love?
My second love?
Hentai?
You already know, bruh.
Yeah.
One time for the anime titty. But no, I mean I am working on something. I mean, it's pretty much almost done. If you would just send me the collaborations.
Well, see, I like to do this thing where I wait for 2 years and send you a verse. It's it's weird,
man.
it's this weird subconscious. I think my subconscious hates you and just likes to give me those creative juices that to make me want to work on that particular project right when it's crunch time and you really need them.
Right when it's Crunchyroll time.
Right. That's my favorite time.
Man, that's like my favorite site.
But I mean, I don't want to pry because we haven't really discussed it that much. But I mean, do you have a name yet, or is it just still kicking around?
I do have a name.
Is it Rav?
Oh man, I wasn't prepared to say the name now, but I guess it doesn't really matter. It's just a name. But it's gonna be called Beneath the Toxic Jungle.
Damn.
And
that
so that's what it is.
Beneath the Toxic Jungle. That's going to be dropping on Def Jam Records 19.
Yeah. Straight up house music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't play around. I'm talking about that true old school house.
Jersey house.
You know what I'm saying? Jersey house. Shouts out to Jersey.
That sounds
house.
like a real situation you got there. I said that sounds like a real situation you got there.
I heard you. Anyway, so that's what's going on my end. But you know what? Forget about that for now because I don't know when that's going to come out. It could come out in a week or two. But the thing is, I talked to Roger yesterday and he was like, nah, I'm mixing that shit. I'm like, bruh, but I want to drop this tape this year. I ain't got the patience. And he's like, bruh, you got to be patient. I'm mixing that shit. So we'll see what happens.
Sounds like a lot of turmoil in the EXO clique right now,
Man, yeah.
I mean, he's bald.
Goddamn right he is.
I love Roger.
Yo, I still have those pictures where I put the pool noodle on his head. Seahorse? Remember Seahorse?
Yeah, I think I actually have those too.
Yeah, and it's it's balancing those what were they called again? Those you put your hands in them. They're
the sock and boppers, but they weren't sock and boppers.
Yes.
They had a different name. It was
but they were basically
boppers.
Yeah, it was essentially sock and boppers on hanging off the ends of the pool noodle. orange pool noodle named Seahorse, and it was
we
on
were
his
on
head.
a lot
And I
of
was
drugs.
I recall him being on drugs, me being on drugs. I was running around. The man was doing work. He was like programming or some shit, and I was just running in circles around him, around the house, just taking pictures of him. And those were like the highest quality pictures I've ever taken of Roger, which is like special to
Yeah,
me.
they're the ones I have are actually really pretty, which is like fucked up and weird because he's got like a pool noodle on his head.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna, and like, yeah, I'm gonna, if we're gonna post this somewhere, we're gonna use that as the picture. He's gonna be mad, but you know, it is what it is.
Hey man,
Next question.
Yeah, all right, yeah. So it's your turn.
Time for, you know, does your homie Rav have a Tumblr?
I mean, he deactivated like 70 years ago. You know, how many times?
Here's
did I
the
get,
real
like,
question.
How do you know that? Because you lurk on my Tumblr. That's what you do. So you have you don't have a Tumblr, but you lurk on my Tumblr.
I do. I'll tell you, I'm guilty. Once a month, I drop by your Tumblr. The reason once a month is because I don't want to be caught slipping, seeing any anime boobies.
I have chilled
On my
out on
screen.
those lately.
No, I'm just playing with you, bro. But yeah, no, I mean, I've been busy with work. But sometimes when I do get the time, I go check it out because it's also kind of like you use it more than Twitter for like updates and shit. Like, oh, I'm gonna do this. Hey guys, I'm making a sandwich. So I'm like,
Yeah.
if I want to keep up with your life, I'd rather go to your Tumblr than Twitter. Although Twitter's cool too. I see you've been using it a lot more now.
Yeah. Well, my problem with Tumblr now is that I be saying stuff and then like I'm always like afraid that I'm like gonna like, I don't even know how to put it. Like I feel like I'm not as at home on Tumblr as I used to be. Like more people fuck with me on Twitter now, so I don't know.
Oh shit.
And all the people that do
Yeah.
fuck with me on Tumblr have Twitters.
All right. Well, there you go then. Yeah.
But
that
I love
makes
both
sense.
of them.
But
I love the Tumblr and the Twitter fam.
Yeah, but the real question was going to be in regards to your next project, and it's kind of like a double question because I'm wondering about both your Kill Bill project and whether you were going to do anything as Trap Lord Jinzo or Jinzo the Trap Lord.
I'm definitely gonna, like, every time I want to do a Jinzo project, but if I do, I kind of want to put my full effort into it, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to because I'm kind of riding this Kill Bill thing really hard right now.
Right, and I'm really anticipating the next canon, like Kill Bill release. You know, and I mean, not to say that Resin was some sort of filler, especially the last joint, that was definitely canon to me. But you know what I mean, right? This was more like a mixtape.
Yeah, this was more the difference. I think the difference was like, I mean, you were there when we were doing Ramona and stuff, and it was just kind of like this. Everything was just falling into place. It just, all the beats just kind of happened to work, and it was like this, you know, this more of a, it was a mixtape, but it felt more like albumy and had like an overarching theme. Whereas like Resin was, okay, I just did Ramona and now I want to do every other style of music that I do like all at one time. You know what I mean? And it was more like experimenting and doing and just getting shit off my chest. Whereas like Ramona was more thought out project.
Yeah, I definitely feel you on that because I feel like even with the tape I'm about to release, I feel like I haven't necessarily put myself in a box per se, but because I want to go with a particular sound and a particular presentation, and the tape captures a particular moment in my life, I'm kind of almost circumstantially, you know, limiting myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't just go, like if you heard the tape right now, I couldn't throw in a random like Kubrick's joint. Like that shit would be. Well,
I saw that somebody was just like, yeah, as long as you, because you were talking about that on Twitter, right? You were like, hey, yeah, you know, I can't just throw in, I don't want to just be doing turn up songs. And the one guy was just like, well, as long as you got the one Kubrick's joint, and you're like, that's exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like that's the thing. When I was posting saying that, oh man, all these expectations about what kind of rap people want to hear, I thought people were gonna be like, man, it's okay, man, Rav. I mean, I love you, Rav, no matter what, Rav. And I mean, you had a few like
No,
tweets
they
like
hate
that,
you.
right? But then there were like some tweets like, man, it's all good as long as we have the turn up, Rav. Fucking another person, like, oh, it's all good if we have the turn up, Rav. And then like, oh, you know, disrespect the Rav. Like, bruh, nobody goes into recording music thinking, all right, man, I'm gonna be introspective me right now. Yeah. Or like, finna turn up. Like, you just go in there and you do you. And then if it's like something personal, you don't wanna force it. It's like forcing a shit.
Yeah.
It just hurts.
And you don't want to get it all over the bowl because that's gross. You don't want to clean that shit up. You need a little brush for that.
So, you know, I digress. Let's talk about your tape. What's it gonna be called?
It's gonna be called Neat. Not
That's
like
neat.
yeah. Talk. Okay, no, yeah, it's NEET, which it's not an employment, education, or training. Which, I mean, I'm sure that you know that because you watch the anime, and I watch the anime.
Like basically another hikikomori.
Yeah,
term,
well, it's just a dude who has a
essentially.
gore. It's actually, I mean, yeah, the guy. It's a concept record, and it's heavily inspired by Welcome to the NHK, which was like, I love that shit. I love that shit front to back. But yeah, like I got the idea because I just moved back to my hometown, and at the time I was living with my parents, and like I'd spent 3 years in Colombia not living with my parents, and like going from like that level of independence to coming back and then feeling like I didn't have a job, like feeling like just kind of worthless at the time, even though I wasn't. Do you know what I mean though? You know what I'm saying? Like you feel kind of helpless. And like before I got that job, like I was watching that, and it was kind of like basically the character that I portray is kind of how I was feeling at the time, which is a dude who has agoraphobia. He's afraid to go outside. And you know, he has this relationship with this girl on the internet, and he's just so in love with this girl. They've been dating for like 5 years, but they've never actually met, and they don't really think they're going to meet because she also has agoraphobia. And so, you know, they just talk on Skype or whatever. And but then he gets a phone call from his mom at the end of the first track, and is like, I'm cutting you off. You don't get any money anymore, and you have to go out and get a job and do this, that, and the third. And the whole tape is him trying to go outside, basically cope, go outside, get a life, to be, you know what I'm saying? Not to say that someone who doesn't have, who is a hikikomori doesn't have a life, but you know what I mean? Like go out and be a functioning, normal human.
Yeah, get
really
a job,
hard.
you hippie.
Yeah, goddamn hippies. That's pretty much, actually, I'm changing the name to Get a Job, You Goddamn Hippies. So, no,
Yeah,
but
I think,
yeah, that's it. I mean, I want to like partner up with like different producers and really think it out, not just like grab beats off SoundCloud and then just hit their inbox. Like, yes, Timbaland, but I don't want to just like hit somebody's inbox on SoundCloud like, fam, let me use this beat. Like, I want to actually work with producers and make it more albumy. I mean, I don't know if it'll turn out to be an album or whatever. I don't know how that even fucking works, but yeah, so that's it. That's what I'm
really looking forward to that.
Thank you.
The one thing I heard from it, maybe was it two things? I remember one in particular.
There was only the one. That was only the one, and I'm actually probably going to change that one around a lot.
I'm sure you will, but from what I heard of it, that was tight.
Thank you.
And you know, since we're on the subject of your tapes, I just really wanted to kind of go back real quick and mention Resin and Ramona again, because I feel like there's lots of misconception surrounding like those records, especially like Ramona, because it's been around for over a year now.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like it's a pretty straightforward record, in the sense that it's not like, yeah, bruh, the whole album is about like abortion. It's like nothing crazy like that. You know what I mean? Like,
it was.
You know what I mean? It's like
the album.
It's a pretty straightforward like tape, and yet I see these things like people saying, yeah, it's like it's about FLCL, or it's like it's a Fooly Cooley album, or like inspired by Fooly Cooley. And I feel like it's not inspired by Fooly Cooley. I think Fooly Cooley by association is on there because of the particular moods that you're going for, and particular nostalgia and things like that, things that resonate with you, and that just happens to resonate quite a lot with also particular time in your life. So it so happens that you have those things, but it's not like you thought this out, like, all right, this is going to be a tape about Scott Pilgrim and Fooly Cooley, because that's another thing I heard people talking about, like, yeah, it's a Scott Pilgrim concept album. I saw like 3 or 4 tweets like that.
Yeah, I saw them too. I mean, it's hard not to see them. I'm a weirdo. I always search see what people are saying.
No, it's normal. I mean, I stopped doing that after a while, because then it's kind of like, I don't know. You kind of
when they say when they start saying what you don't think they're gonna say, is like, that's when it gets annoying. When you like, because like at first you gotta expect like, oh, like they're gonna think about it like I am, but then you realize that a lot of people don't get it right off the bat, or they might never.
And I wanted to know whether that annoys you, because to a certain degree that annoys me, and I'm like, not even. Yeah, that's not my project. But you know what I mean? Like,
I'm not gonna say it annoys me. Like, yeah, it's like you go for a thing. It's like painting a dog, and then someone being like, it's a wolf, but like it's a dog. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, but that's not even the same. I feel like it's more frustrating than that. It's like you paint a fucking dog, and people say, oh man, nice lawnmower. Like, right? Like, it's a lot crazier to me, because it's like as if they didn't listen. They're like, oh, it's called Ramona. Well, it's got Ramona on the cover. This is a Scott Pilgrim album. Because if they actually listen, there's nothing on it. Matter of fact, you had a song, I don't know if you remember this, but you used to have a song called Ramona, like years back. Yeah. And it had a Scott Pilgrim versus the World movie sound clip, like, that you took and put it at the intro. And it was produced by Devo. That shit was tight. Shouts out to Devo. He's a beast. But like, on the tape, at no point do you explicitly, I mean, yes, there are parallels that you draw, and the concept of Ramona means something to you, and that's what the tape kind of revolves around. But it's not a Scott Pilgrim concept album.
No, it's not. Oh, yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I mean, I'm just gonna say that I'm not gonna get. At least they listened. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. You know, I'm looking at.
Do you think they listened though? Because the way I see it is like they saw the cover and they were on 4chan.
They probably listened, and they're not like. This is the thing, is like, I just assume people who listen are hip hop heads, and like I feel like people listen to it and they're not really even listening to what I'm saying. They're just like, oh, this sounds pretty, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the thing is.
Right.
And then they see, you know, Ramona Flowers right there on the fucking cover, and they just assume, hey, it's all about Ramona, which it's not. I mean, the whole idea, I mean, I know you know this, but the whole idea is that I remember like reading the graphic novels. Like, me and my friend got really, well, you know, Shane, but yeah, fucking me and homeboy Shane used to read those.
Shouts out to Shane.
Yeah, shout out Shane, you know what I'm saying? Tux Moon, I think that's he's changed his rap name like 70 times now, but
rap game, what was it? He always said that shit every time we freestyled.
Rap game Sigma.
He's just like, whenever you couldn't think of a bar, he'd go. Yeah, he'd be like, you know, Rap Game Sigma. Like, when he'd start a bar, but then he didn't know where to take it, so he'd just say Rap Game Sigma. That was my favorite.
Yeah. I still have the videos. I found the videos of that shit, of us freestyling.
Oh shit, that's tight. I miss him.
Yeah. No, I saw him the other day. He's doing good. But yeah, no, we used to read the Scott Pilgrim graphic novels. Like, he had them, I would just borrow them. And
yeah, they're tight.
Yeah, they're tight as fuck. But yeah, so I always just kind of looked as Ramona, like, because, you know, in the story, anyone who follows the story knows this, like, you know, she's got 7 evil exes, and he has to fight each one of them in order to really, for her to, like, you know, be truly his girlfriend or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And
right.
So I always looked at her as like this ideal that is almost completely unachievable, like, because he has to go through all this crazy stuff just to get her, you know what I mean? And
right,
like, I was chasing this idea of this girl that doesn't exist almost, you know what I'm saying? This ideal woman that, like, is almost impossible. Like, it may or may not exist. That's what the whole album's really about, is like finding, like, does she exist or not? You know what I'm saying? And Like, I mean, and I talk about a lot of real personal stuff on there that I was actually going through. Like, I don't ever talk about some shit on that record that I wasn't really going through, you know? And
Yeah.
I mean, you were there, you know? So
I know.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what the whole album's about. It's not really, you know, taken literally. Ramona is just this embodiment of, you know, what I was looking for in a woman. And
Right.
yeah, and the Fooly Cooley stuff was all just, I mean, that was actually all pretty much added in later, like after the record was all pretty much done. And it was just like, because, you know, coming up from in Walterboro, South Carolina, like it's a very similar kind of, nothing amazing ever happens here. Like it's this tiny little town where nothing happens. And I related to the show because of the crazy stuff that was happening in it. And like, I wanted that kind of craziness in my life. And, you know, I don't know. It's just, it has this, even the Pillows, the music, the Pillows is one of my favorite bands.
Oh yeah.
You know, all that stuff reminds me of summertime, just sitting down, smoking weed, watching Fooly Cooley with the homeboys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It all reminds me of summertime. And that's kind of like this theme.
Well, especially because you had the OST CD and you used to listen to it back in the day with like people that, you know, meant a lot to you. And I guess maybe kind of, it just makes sense, you know, because you associate, I guess, many things that have to do with FLCL, well, with, you know, your life.
Yeah,
so it just
definitely
thematically made sense.
Yeah, and actually, now that I think about it, shouts out to Will for leaving that CD in the car. Now that I think about
Shouts out to Will.
Yeah. Deus the Space Wizard.
Me llamo Montoya.
I forgot about that. But yeah,
bro, I felt stupid.
Now I've prattled on for too long. I have to ask you a question now, don't I?
You can go ahead, but this is more about you than me.
But I mean, it takes two to tango, and it takes
but
three
you're
to.
But you're Jinzo the Bill Lord.
You're right. You're right. Let me see.
Trap kill.
Let me see. What could I ask you? I'm trying to think of something. There's so many things to ask you. Oh,
yeah, bullshit.
How about can you tell these nice people what race you are? Like, are you cool with that, or are you like
straight up black, baby?
He's black. There it is. Rav's black.
I'm darker than the night, bruh. Apparently, there's this material that's like super black that is so black that it like sucks up light. That's what I am.
Yeah.
I am essentially Russian. So I've got parts of Asian in me, like Mongolian and Chinese and shit like that. And then I have some East Russian, you know? So some white in me, Slavic. And I'd say those are the most, that's what I consist of the most. I'm kind of like bits of many things, but that's what I kind of am. So yeah, that's it. I mean, I don't care. That's the thing. I don't give a shit. And I don't think most people do. But then you have some people, like when the Needle Drop reviewed Hyperkinesis, the first line, British upstart white rapper, blah, blah. Like, come on, bruh. How are you going to start it with that? First of all, how do you know I'm British? Just because, like I said, I live in London. I mean, by passport, I am British, and I have been for the past, like, 9-10 years.
By that logic, MF Doom is British.
Right. Which he is more British than me. He was born here. I was born in the Soviet Union, bro.
I didn't know he was born there. I thought he was born in, like, New York or something.
Nah, he was born in here. Like, he was born here. So was Slick Rick. They were both born in London.
Damn.
And yet nobody ever says, you know, fucking British upstart rapper Slick Rick.
British white upstart rapper MF Doom.
Yeah, and the thing is, nobody ever goes, yo, white rapper LP just put out Cancer for Cure. He's white, he's upstart, he's...
I also feel like people just know, like, LP is white. Like,
but it's true, but nobody goes, a white New York rapper, Aesop Rock. Like, even if you go to, like, old-ass interview, like, reviews and things, people go like, he's white, guys, and he's okay, actually. Like, the whole...
I also feel like it would be even more offensive if they were just, like, Asian rapper Rav. Like, that would be even worse to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I don't know, like, it's... Do you think it'd be cool if Dumbfounded was reading a review somewhere, like a good, like, source, right? And they're like, Asian rapper, Dumbfounded. And the first thing they're doing is already like saying, all right, this is what matters. Because if that's the first thing you're bringing up, I guess it's because they just want to put a picture in your head of the artist, right? But then if, like, I think that goes against everything that music is about. It shouldn't be so much about the artist as it is about the music. With certain artists, sure, it's like the music revolves around them. But, like, I prefer the MF Doom approach. The dude wears a mask so that we can't, like, we don't talk about his personal life so much, right? We don't talk about his face. We don't talk about none of that. We talk about his bars. We talk about his beats. We talk about his fucking legacy, how ill he is. And that's so cool to me that we can start.
He created a character as well, which I think is cool. Like, it's him,
Right.
but it's like also like this, like, like, instead of thinking like, oh, this is his face, you think it's more about the music. I mean, and Okay from the Future, that weird, I don't want to use the word aesthetic because I feel like it's deeper than that, but that dude does the same thing. He wears that chrome mask on the front, and then and then the people ask him like, what is he, and then be like, I'm agender, I'm this, I am just the music. You know what I'm saying? That's just like cool as fuck to me.
But with me, I don't know whether it was Anthony or whether it was his
underling
he
has
that
underlings.
reviewed
I just imagine
Hyperkinesis.
Anthony Fantano like sitting on like a fucking like a throne, and like Cal is just like chilling in the corner, and he's just got underlings, and he's just like, review this album from this British white upstart rapper.
Whoever it was definitely not Cal, because that review was like, it was just poorly informed. I feel like that's not the way to start it. First of all, they thought I'm white, which is fine. I am, right? But the thing is, they said I was white because why? Because I sound white, right? They didn't have any pictures of me. There was nothing like that out there. It's just that he listens to the tape, and I mean, I appreciate all the kind shit that was said, but at the same time, it's like, all right, well, man, listen to him. Oh man, he definitely sounds white. I gotta mention that. It's gotta be one of the things I mentioned.
Actually, now that you mention it, I don't think I've ever been called a white rapper in a review.
Well, there you go. You see, it's because I don't know. I guess I sound super white or whatever, right? So that was like then I guess it's right to mention it. But then, okay,
I don't know.
Upstart.
I don't even think it is really like. I don't even think you sound like super white. I think you just sound like you. Like, I don't know.
That's cute. But the thing is,
let's go out.
I don't care.
You free later?
But Upstart, right? If I was such a fucking upstart, where are my noisy interviews? Where is my Vice documentary? Where's Straight Outta Rafton? You know what I'm saying?
Straight Outta Rafton, which is going to be produced and shot by Stanley Kubrick.
Right. Like, why they didn't discuss? I mean, at the time, EXO didn't exist. So I hope when this tape comes out, no one's going to be like, man, this is like, upstart white British rapper rapping
releases
about
his first release ever.
Releases his first release. I hope people see this as a first release. I don't know, man.
We were listening to Hyperkinesis the other day. Don't you? Don't be saying that kind of thing. Don't be saying stuff.
All right.
Don't say things.
Right, you're right. I know. You know me, man. I can't go back and listen to my music, but like I don't know. I take my shit seriously enough to not have the first line of review start with that. I want it to be less about me and more about my music, or how, like, what kind of emotion it evokes in you, or man, did you just fuck with it? That's it. That's all it really is. Did you fuck with it? Like, I don't even care if you are able to decipher the lyrics, because that's
well, to be fair,
I don't expect anyone to do
it. He did fuck with it, so there's that. You know what I mean? Like, he did enjoy it. So
that's true. But after he did that, so many people started, because people copy him. People copy the needle drop. So it's like, all right, so we're gonna say, like, somebody said, the needle drop said on Kicks, I aped. Well, the way it was written was poorly written. I'm assuming they meant you, and I'll explain why. But it was written as if it said I was aping A$AP Rock's flow. First of all, on Kicks, if you listen to that song, neither one of us raps like A$AP Rock would rap, and not the subject matter, not even the flow, nothing at all. But I'm assuming it was you because you have a deeper voice.
I don't think A$AP Rock would ever say the phrase "swag on ball Z," because I said that. Remember, I said that. That came out of my mouth. 2012 was wild, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was a good year, but you know what I'm saying? Like that, I don't know. So then on Twitter, there were like at least 2 instances in the past 3 years where somebody said, dude, like I just saw these 2 guys like, you know any good music, dude? And he's like, yeah, there's a Hyperkinesis tape. It's kind of okay. It's whatever. Rav apes Aesop, but it's okay. Like, he used the exact term.
Yeah, using
same
the term
ape,
Yeah.
right? Because, like, he read the thing. And it's like, people are so insecure about how they feel about shit. They go to Pitchfork, they go to the Needle Drop and all these other places, and they go, man, how do they feel about it? Because that's how I'm going to feel about it. And
I feel like
instead
you're
of
gonna
being
get
like,
you get that way more nowadays. Like that, like people use what they listen to as this kind of weird superiority over people. Like,
yeah,
I see
like
that all
even
the time. They'll be like, "Oh, fucking, you listen to fucking blah, like, that's stupid. Like, it's pleb shit."
yeah, it's like, oh, it's meme rap, but it's okay for meme rap, and people like, oh,
actually,
meme rap.
I want to bring something up that you just said. That you know what I hate?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't mind if somebody listens to my album and they love it. I want you to love it, right? And I don't mind if you listen to my album and you hate it, right? Okay.
Yeah,
and
I want you
don't
to
like
hate it.
I really don't like it when you clearly like the album, but you don't want to say you like the album.
But that's the thing. That's exactly what it is. Like, there's many people who refer to your tapes and Hyperkinesis in the same way, where it's like you can tell they like it because they're like trying to recommend it to their friend, but they're so scared that their friend might not like it that they're holding back. They're like, this shit is okay, I guess. Senpai, like, come on, bro, chill. Like, if you like it, you like it, and if your friend don't like it, you know, your friend can suck a dick. They're still your friend.
If your friend wants to make fun of you because you listen to some music that you really enjoy, then you need a better friend.
Exactly. Like, what kind of shit is that? And I mean, shouts out to 4chan and all that, but I feel like there's a lot of people on there, on Moo or Mew or whatever fuck you want to call it,
Mewtwo,
where on Mewtwo, where, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people will be like, man, nah, this is that. Like, this is meme rap or this is that, and then someone will pick it up and it'll spread. Like, all it takes one person to have like a strong negative opinion about something, and then other people become insecure about it. Like, if you go on 4chan and you post and like you post like a, I don't know, like a new album by some like tight rapper, and you're like, yo, this shit is tight, I really love it, and then you have 20 people afterwards say, man, this shit is amazing, this shit is amazing, everybody's gonna be like, yeah, this is great, this is awesome. And you put in one negative comment, and that's it. That breaks the chain of positivity, because then people are like, oh man, that person didn't like it. Maybe that person has better taste than me. Or maybe that person was able to pick up on something I wasn't able to pick up on.
Yeah. I always just feel like you should just go on your gut instinct with things like that. Like, I mean, yeah, like if you like to analyze things, like analyze it, but like don't analyze it based off of someone else's opinion. You know, that's the thing I never really understood about music reviews. Like, it's weird. I love listening to music reviews. Like shout out Dead End Hip Hop, shout out Needle Drop, like all those dudes.
Yeah, but
usually,
yeah,
like by the time I leave listening to a review, I'm always just like, oh, they had an opinion, and usually it differed from mine. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of things, like with me and Anthony, like I'll listen to something with Anthony, and then like he'll give it a higher score or a low score, and I'll be like, oh well, this is why he thought that, but I don't agree.
Yeah, exactly. Like the ASAP Rocky joint, right? At long last, ASAP. Wow, I said ASAP. Jesus. That shit was hella tight to me. I'm really digging the record, and he didn't like it as much as he liked the previous record.
I liked it way more than the.
I think it's way better. Like I think he finally got it, and you didn't have those.
Oh, that was the thing. Like I just noticed, and I'm not trying to like bash Anthony. You know what I'm saying? Like this is.
Oh no,
like,
Anthony's cool.
I like Anthony, but like
right.
It's like the thing is like a lot of times like okay, I like Travis Scott, right, and I liked Days Before Rodeo a lot, right, and there was like a lot of joints, not all of it, but I liked most of it. You know what I'm saying? And,
yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, and so then the new one comes out, and like, I mean, I liked the record, but I don't think it was as good as the mixtape, in my opinion. Like, maybe I haven't listened to it enough, you know what I'm saying? But then, you know, and then like he was saying stuff that I was thinking about the first record. You know what I mean? Like he was just like, oh yeah, he was just like, yeah, it's like art rap mixed with like thug stuff. You know what I'm saying? That kind of like young thug type music. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's what I was thinking about the last record. You see what I'm saying? It's like, that's how people's opinions differ so much on the internet or whatever, you know?
Before I forget, I want to shout out like Big Quint Indeed because he's currently my favorite reviewer on YouTube. I don't know if you've seen him.
Big Quint's great.
He's that dude that wilds out. Yeah, he just listens to shit and he goes crazy.
It has
bro.
him listen to the whole album usually, right? Like I'll have
yeah. He listens to the whole shit front to back for the first time and he gives his reaction. And the shit is hilarious. And he has like this halfway through the video, he does a segment where he eats and just talks mad shit. And I love it. And I love the style he has. It's original. Because after Anthony came out, there were many people trying to copy what he was doing. I feel like Dead End Hip Hop branched out. They have their own thing. They have discussions and debate. And clowning on each other, and then Big Quint Indeed is just that shit is just funny. Like I love his
own thing. Yeah, and I remember he listened to the first time I ever saw him was the Schoolboy Q album, and he listened to all of it. And I just got so blunted and watched this man dance like the whole album.
Oh yeah, dude, he gets sweaty by the second track. That's how you know he really into that shit. And like he
gets sweaty. It's a good review.
That's how you know if he's sweating by the second track, like, oh man, that album's a good album. That's how I know, but like I feel like that's exactly what it is. I feel like people are almost scared to have a different opinion to what most people have, because like people are looking for reasons to justify how they feel about shit. And I feel like people shouldn't do that. I mean, if you really want to do that, do you, boo boo, but
I feel like I used to be like that, like back in the day, and like I feel like when I stopped being like that, I had a better time listening to music.
Yeah, love yourself, appreciate yourself, take your opinion. Your opinion should be more important. Like to you, it should be more important than whatever Anthony says. No disrespect to Anthony, but
I don't know.
That's
man.
Anthony's opinion.
I don't know, man.
Like,
Have
Anthony
you seen his glasses? His glasses made his opinions better than mine.
Fuck,
they are really nice.
Did you see his vinyl collection in the background? That's how you know.
I do want a vinyl collection like that, but I don't think I'll ever be like as prolific with the vinyls. Like I only have like a stack, and half of them are yours.
I have a quick question for you. When are you dropping vinyl, Bill? Why ain't you dropping vinyl, Bill? Isn't it so easy to drop vinyl, Bill?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna drop it tomorrow. No, I just started doing CDs for resin because I don't know if you guys know this, but like I'm a broke ass rapper, and we're all kind of broke ass rappers out here. You know what I'm saying? And vinyl, I don't know if people know this, but vinyl is expensive as fuck. That
shit is hella expensive, bruh. If you want to make good quality vinyl, you want to make 100 copies, that's over $1,000. So, this is my question. Would y'all be prepared to fund us if we do a Kickstarter for that kind of shit, right? We say, all right, this is how much money. And by the way, with Kickstarter, we would have to ask for at least $3,000 because half of it goes to Kickstarter. Some of that money doesn't actually make it through because people pledge, but then the card declines if they don't have enough money on the date, etc. blah blah blah. Like the only way this could be feasible is if you guys funded us, because that's the thing, we can't just throw thousands of dollars at something that could pay off, but at the same time, like, we could also eat with that money.
Exactly. Well, I mean, we were talking about this. I remember being on Tumblr talking about it before, and I was trying to do this kind of by myself. Just be like, yeah, okay, so it's gonna be at least the ones that I wanted, and I don't know anything about pressing vinyl. I'm not really big on that, but I wanted to get the like nice, the blue record and like everything looked really nice, and it, you know what I'm saying? And like I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm sitting here. It's gonna be like $3,000 to get 100 copies. At least because of Kickstarter, and then half the time, I don't know. It's just like it's very risky, It
is very risky, and we're not like, although we really appreciate the support that we have right now, we're not at the point where we'd be confident enough to throw that.
Yeah, no, like don't get me wrong. Like if a label approached us, like I feel like that would be a different thing. Like if somebody was like, "Hey, you guys want to release your records through this, and then y'all get a percentage or whatever." Like, dude, I don't care. Honestly, I don't even care if I made a lot of money off of it. I just want fucking records.
That's the thing. I want to have a Ramona vinyl in my collection, right? I want to have that. Don't we all? But the thing is, it ain't cheap, bruh. It ain't cheap.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, so if unless Def Jam comes a knocking.
Yeah, and then we're gonna have to charge hard for them because, like, international shipping ain't the cheapest thing in the world. Like when you shipping something as big as a vinyl, you know, and you want it to be delivered safely.
Yeah, but I mean, one day I think it'll be a thing, obviously. But right now, it's just
I think we could do
building
it
up
by
to that
next
point.
year. But yeah, exactly. We're just doing it one step at a time.
Yeah. Hey, you guys want to know? You guys want to know how to get vinyls quicker? Tell your friends and donate money, so we don't die.
Suck our dicks so we can pay our rent, please.
You're gonna have to suck my balls, Marty.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So that's maybe that's
Do I have any more questions? I'm gonna think. Oh, I got a question for you.
what is it?
Okay, so what color is your hair now?
It's black right now.
It's black. Okay, so
It's black, but in the game, it's gonna be blue.
Oh.
And I might return to blue eventually, but I'm just taking a break, letting my hair chill.
I can't wait. You're a boss, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm a recurring character.
Oh yeah. Never mind. Yeah. Okay.
I'm
I
like
forgot
Team
about that.
Rocket.
Yeah, but yeah, I thought there was something else. Like I thought he was do something else. Never mind. But yeah, I don't know if I'm an NPC or not. I think I might be. I don't remember.
Oh, that's
who told me.
tight.
I don't know. I might be talking out my ass.
Boss. Well, we don't. Well, I've yet to see myself, but I know I'm in there.
You know, but do you really know?
I know. I wonder if I'm gonna be as big of a douchebag as I was in the comic book. By the way, shouts out to Exordium. Y'all should go check out the updates of Band Saga on the Kickstarter, which was successful. Thank you very much. And the man puts out a lot of music, he puts a lot of effort into his games. He's the developer. He's like the only developer on it. Dude's code is crazy. He's got great ideas.
Yeah.
There's also a comic book out. It's free. The tape is out. I think it's like pay as much as you want or like a couple dollars at the most. That's Band Saga on Bandcamp. And yeah, the dude is tight. He's an amazing drummer. His code game on lock. He rap good.
His G code game.
His head bald as a fucking bowling ball, but
that's okay. We love him anyway.
But he all right.
Yeah, I was actually really impressed with the latest updates, and I'm not just saying that because he's like the homie. I'm saying that because I remember like listening to the watching the video with the song, and I was just like, "Damn, Raj, you done came up."
Yeah. You done came up, son. Yo, and his tape will be coming out soon. His tape will be coming out before mine. So y'all should look out for that shit, because that shit gonna be tight. And I'm gonna be on it. And Bill gonna be on it.
And a couple other people that I don't think
And
we're allowed to
Square
say
gonna
yet.
be on
I don't
it.
think we're allowed to say everybody.
But I'm gonna say it. I don't care. I'm Mr. EXO. Square's on that shit.
Well, yeah. Well, we know that he's on there, but I think there's other people, right?
That's all that matters. Square's on that shit.
Man, fuck Square.
Square had the best verse.
Let me tell you something right now, man.
2012.
Motherfucking me and Square battled back in the day, man.
That's true. Actually, yo, not many people know about this. You should tell us the story.
Well, we battled on the internet on a website that won't be named, and we didn't really know each other. We were in a tournament, and we ended up. That's actually how like we kind of got like me and you were talking on Skype at the time, and you know we got to know him because like we were trying to like figure out the competition because there was money involved in the battle.
Oh yeah, and I started hitting him up around the time because I thought his hype track was like the only ill one besides yours, and like I wanted to be dude's friend because I fuck with what he was doing.
Yeah, and then so I'm not gonna excuse because I'm not a battle rapper. I'm not gonna like lie to you people that like I like do this shit all the time or something. And so like you know, I get to know the guy though before our battle, and then I realize that he's just like kind of a nice dude, and like I have nothing bad to say about him.
Mad humble, so you can't really hate on him.
Yeah, like if you hate on him, it's just like he'll just like laugh it off, and then you know.
And he's smart too, so he knows how to rebuttal anything.
I'm not gonna lie, like Square's way smarter than I am, so it's just like there was no way that I was gonna be. And I remember going into it, and I just said some like kind of like jabby stuff, and I remember like I implied that he was gay, at one point,
Oh,
and then he said,
yeah, undercover. Are you undercover
I called him
gay or
undercover
something?
gay, and then he was just like, "Are you under the covers with me?" And then I was just like, "Yes, yes, senpai, I am now."
That's when we knew it was over, bro.
Yeah, I mean, what are you supposed to do with that? That was like, that was a dark time. I got murked. I really got murked, man. But
He won that competition.
yeah, and but yeah, no. I think that and square references, like I said, that blah blah blah. This square is soft. Get it?
Yeah.
I wish I could go back and just change all my bars. I wish I wasn't as lame as I was, but he murked me. So that's how I got to know
I wish I could
square.
go back in time.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, what?
I was gonna say I wish I could go back in time and be Jadakiss, but I missed my opportunity.
That was a terrible laugh. It's like evolved into some weird Pokemon cry.
That's my favorite video. But yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Go on. Wait. Oh, my question. I don't know how we got turned around, but basically, so is it true that you dyed your hair blue so I would fall in love with you?
I wanted to inspire you to finish a tape, and I mean, it's no coincidence that when my hair was blue and we spent the summer together, you made an album about summertime called Rav Mona. I mean, there was a typo in your tape. This is a recurring theme, as you would notice with Resin.
Yeah.
Just typos everywhere. The actual name was Rav Mona. Person on the cover has blue hair. I have blue hair at the time. I mean, I'm on like 4 joints at that point. Technically 4, right? Wait, hold on.
Wait,
Chinatown.
on Ramona?
Ramona. I was on Chinatown. I was on Pork. I was on Abandoned 2.
Yeah, it was 4. I think it was 4.
There was something else. I know I was on another
Dream
one.
Eater.
Oh, Dream Eater. And then technically I made a sneak appearance on Good Luck Chuck. I was Chuck.
Slut.
Slut.
Yeah.
So, I mean, really, if you think about it, I wrote the album for you. I was your
Pretty much,
ghostwriter.
yeah, obviously. You know what's
I was-
actually funny? When I first got this PC back up and running back in March, I was looking through because I didn't have internet up here, and so I was looking through trying to find little things to sample, and I found a file that literally is ravsaysslut.wave. And if you click it and just click it to repeat, it just goes slut, slut, slut over and over, and it's fucking great. So
That's amazing.
Rav is slut shaming.
Yeah, well, no, but also, besides it being Rav Mona, I feel like, I did feel like pretty involved in it. I mean, it was an interesting time in our life, and I think maybe we could discuss it one day, because there were lots of interesting things that were happening around the time, but, I mean, even down to I don't know if you remember, but the first and last beat of the tape, I found them for you maybe like a week or 2 before the release.
Yeah,
I was
because
just looking for beats.
Yeah, because I remember originally you were trying to get Abandoned 2 to be the first joint. Like you were like, yeah, let's put Abandoned 2 because it makes sense because Abandoned 1 was the first joint on Hyperkinesis. But like I was like, nah, I don't think that's like an intro. It didn't feel like an intro. And then you were like looking for beats. You were like scouring the internet for beats, and you had found the Shadalac beat. And my phone is ringing, but I'm gonna just let it keep going. But actually, I'll be right back. We can cut it. Hold on.
All right.
BRB. I'm back. That was my
I'm back to
father.
recording. Oh man, you know how they are.
What were we talking about before the?
Before your father? I mean, we should wrap it up soon anyway. But I think I was discussing. Oh yeah, Shadalac. The Shadalac.
Oh
beat.
yeah. Okay, so we'll just awkwardly segue back into this. Yeah. So, you would show me the Shadalac beat, and then the last beat I think was on one of the beat tapes you had downloaded, right?
Yeah.
And I remember hearing it, and like I had already written the song.
I didn't download the beat tape. I downloaded just that beat. I was like, when I heard it, I was like, bruh, that would fit on the tape so perfect. Like I could hear you rap on this,
Shouts
and
to
you wrote
Evil
mad
Needle.
quick to it.
But yeah, I already had bars because I just wrote bars, up in my room, like on my phone. I just had some just laying around that I had been working on, and then it just happened to like really flow on that beat. So, I don't remember. I don't know if you remember, but remember like the mic was messing up or something, so we had to like go record over at Kubrick's
Like 100
house.
times.
We had
Oh yeah, and that's how you got the second to last joint on the tape. Oh wait, wasn't the last one, was it?
it was the last one. Yeah, it was Summertime.
Overflow, right?
Yeah.
Summertime.
Summertime Overflow, yeah.
Overflow, yeah, that's right. Because that's why it sounds different compared to the rest of the tape in terms of mixing.
I remember when he had mixed it down, like it was so grimy sounding, and I loved it. I was just like, oh, it sounds like a dynamic mic to me. Like, has a very like grimy sound, and so I was just like, just send me that acapella that you did, and I'll just do some slight mixing changes. But shouts out to the homeboy Kubricks for saving my ass. So,
oh yeah, I miss Kubrick's. I miss recording it over at his house too. That shit
he
was
just
tight.
moved too. He just moved. But
where'd he move?
I don't know, a bigger house. I haven't been there yet. He's saying that he's waiting for his wife to go out of town, and we're gonna go over there and like drop acid or something.
Oh shit, that's hella tight.
fucking dry snitching on both of us right now. But yeah, that's probably
it's all good,
gonna
bro.
happen.
It's just drugs.
Shouts to my mom, who was gonna listen.
Shouts to your mom. Shouts out to Kubrick's. Shouts out to Jeb Bush.
Yeah. You
But
can't flunk the Trump. You know what I'm saying, brother?
That's what I'd be saying, bro. But I feel like it was a trial for both of us. We were also sick around the time, so not only would we have to like keep re-recording shit because the interface kept failing on us, but also like we would start coughing or running out of air because we were just
we
really
had bronchitis.
sick. Yeah, and I had a few like panic. I remember I had like one big panic attack when I was just chilling in the chair, and you guys started panicking, running around looking for.
Yeah, because you were sitting there like, I can't breathe. And I was like, yeah, he's dying, man. It's over. Rav's dead.
I remember I was just like, I can't breathe, and I was reaching for the Bojangles paper bag.
You were like hitting TJ's inhaler like 70 times.
Oh yeah.
Which I'm sure is bad. I think albuterol is like bad to have in large quantities.
I'm pretty sure it is. I was just like, in a little bit of a panic mode, inhaling the smell of like fries. So that was cool. That's why. I don't know, man.
Yeah, we were talking about it the other day, because I remember someone had wrote a review about Resin, talking about how they felt it was like a really like harsh album. And like how it sounded like I was like way like more depressed or something. And like I remember at the time we were both sick as fuck making Ramona. I was like a sad, lonely, depressed man.
I remember how both of us separately in our own time secretly thought we were dying.
Yeah, we thought we were dying because we had a weird resurgence of mono. That was the thing.
We were
both
just
had
super
mono
weak
back in the day, and it like hit it. I guess it was because we were both so stressed out, and we both got really, really sick, and it just like triggered. It took me months to get over that, man.
Oh, me too. That shit was crazy. That shit, like, I mean, it got weaker, but then it still stuck around, and I could, it still impacted me for a couple months at least. But it's so that was a stressful moment, but it felt all worth it the day when we released it.
Yeah, man. I cried like a little bitch, dude. I went upstairs. I don't know if I ever told you this, but I went upstairs.
Yeah, I remember.
And I listened to the album twice, and I cried like a little bitch because I was like, hey, I finally did something in my life that I am proud of, like beyond just
bruh.
like, and then
bruh. One day I'll be there too.
Then you didn't have a moment like that with hyperkinesis? Or like
not really, because with the hyperkinesis, I did feel like finally I committed to putting out, but at that time I didn't have much of a base. You got to remember, this was like 2012.
That was where you got a lot of your fan base.
I had exactly. I had fans at the time because I released Vicodin as a single, and we released Kicks separately as well, right?
Yeah.
And so those songs brought me some fans in, but I wasn't in a position where people were expecting anything. So I put it out thinking, whatever. And then the Needle Drop reviewed it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh shit. So I didn't feel it in the same way where to me it was just like, I gotta do something. I gotta put something out. I don't think it was as carefully formulated as Ramona was, in the sense that like I feel like Ramona was more like that was a real project to me. Hyperkinesis is cool. It's fun to a certain degree to look back and be like, that's how whack I was. But I don't feel the same way. I was far more proud in releasing Ramona than I was releasing Hyperkinesis.
Oh, this is the part where we suck each other's dicks.
Yeah. And so that's out.
That's out of the way. Oh God, you got to keep that in there. I might sample that later.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Just have that in the background. Just boom. I can't make the noise. I'm gonna stop making noises.
So that's how it is. That's how it was, and that's how it will be. I can't wait to release something I'll be proud of. I think it'll be after this tape.
Do we have any closing sentiments?
I mean, people should go download Resin if they haven't, and if they have, they should buy the digital copy, and if they already have, buy a physical copy, and if you have shit, buy another physical copy. Don't be a bitch.
Someone bought 2 the other day. Shouts to them.
Yeah, that's cool, but why not 3?
7.
So what I'm saying is get more and go bump Lavender, because that's a recent track where Bill and I were rapping, and I'll be dropping new music soon, probably a song or 2 before I drop the tape, and Record M will be dropping his tape, then a video game, Square be working on music, and I wish I had everything in front of me right now to properly promote ourselves, but I suck at that, and I don't care.
Fuck them. If they want to hear it, they'll look for it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's the thing, yo. If you really support us, you'll find a way to find shit out. Really, all jokes aside for a second, I really appreciate the support for EXO. That does mean a lot to me. Whenever you support any one of us, or all of us, even whenever you guys support Bill, that makes me feel good. Whenever you support Square, that makes me feel good, because I really believe in these guys. EXO is just my favorite rappers that haven't been picked up by labels, and I really believe in these guys, and I'm really proud of them, and I really enjoy making music with them. So you guys supporting us makes us feel like we're cooler than we
actually
used to think we were, or are, so we appreciate that, or I appreciate that. Bill is unthankful as fuck, but me good.
yeah, I'm like,
so
fuck my
you.
fans, you know what I'm saying? Obviously. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here, I say I love you and all that stuff. It's all fake, all of it. I just hate all of you.
Hey, you guys want a Jinzo tape? Yeah, Jinzo right now. Yeah, you ready for it? Yeah. Fuck you. That's Bill right there. That's my best Bill impression.
Basically, that's it. Yeah. Let me say something real quick before we close.
You can close
Deadass. The past 2 years have been the best 2 years of my life. In terms of, not just musically, but everything kind of stemmed from that. And it feels crazy that people actually care about some fucking weird music that I make in my bedroom. And it's really a humbling, nice thing. And so anybody who's ever said anything, thought anything, listened to something, even if you didn't fuck with it, I love you for at least giving it the shot, and my advice to the world is don't do a lot of drugs, but it's okay to do some. Yeah, balance it, but don't do a lot, because that's bad for you. And don't do lean. So,
and I'll close it off on saying thank you to the hardcore rap fans. Y'all know who you are. You guys and gals are pretty cool. You guys make me smile when I feel bad. So thank you.
Bad.
And that's it. That was
Fuck the government. We should close it then. We should close it. Oh, did it again. Yeah, that'll do it. Actually, let's just leave all that in there.
That's fucking awkward.
Fuck the government.
Fuck the government.
Fuck them. Okay, I'm stopping it.
Chicka. Yeah.
Kill Bill and Rav. We don't suck.